What's up guys, Michael here. Today I actually have a review of a Type Pad from Nyko. I'd like to thank them for sending this out to me. What this does is it's for the Xbox One controller, and all it does is just plug into the bottom here, and then you'll be able to type instead of having to move around with the directional pad of the actual controller a lot easier. So as you can see here, I already have it connected to my device, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the keys here so you guys can see every one. Alright, so now you're able to see the keys a little better. As you can see, it's the standard quirky keyboard here, and they do have the numbers at the top here. They also have symbols on this, as you guys can see. So if we look at the 9 here, you can see there's a dash at the top right corner. What you'd want to do if you wanted to hit that button, you just hold down shift and then hit dash, or hit, I guess you'd hit 9, or you could say dash. But then once you hold down shift, once you hit that button there, you're going to hit dash. Or there's a percent sign here, you can use shift and hit percent. Of course, you can also use shift to capitalize things. And this button actually caps lock everything. Now, aside from all the buttons on the actual keyboard, you also have a directional pad right here. And this is actually really handy. It essentially just works as one of these right here. But if you mess up or something, you can go back and forth with this. And you can also use it to control the actual Xbox if you wanted to for some reason. There's just a quick look at the actual keyboard. If you take a look at the bottom here, you can see all the ports on the bottom. So on the bottom here, you have a sync port, which you only have to use one time when you're setting it up. And if you do end up buying this, they'll have the instructions on how to sync it. And then you also have an indicator light here. You have a bottom, I'm not sure what to call this port, but basically it's for the headset adapters, so that you can mute and unmute your mic and turn up the volume and whatnot. And then you also have a headphone jack here to just plug in regular headphones. So I went ahead and took it off so you guys could just get a little bit better look at it. Now I do have the older controllers here. Mine doesn't include a 3.5mm headphone jack. Luckily they have accounted for that. So what they do is they have this little flip here, and once you pull it down, if you have one of the newer controllers, you can simply just pull that up and then put this little, I don't know what to call it, little rubber piece back in there, and then you're able to use the actual headphone jack there. And if you have an older controller like mine, all you gotta do is tuck it away, put the flap back, and you're good to go. Now this keyboard is also glow in the dark, so as long as it's been sitting in light for a little bit, once you get into a dark room, it's actually gonna glow in the dark. So as you can see here, I've turned off all of my lights, except for I haven't shut the window yet, and you can see it is glowing in the dark there. You can see the green there. This obviously would be a lot more predominant depending on how dark it gets, but if it was too dark, you guys would hardly be able to see the actual Type Pad. But you can see there, it is glowing a little bit. As long as it's held in light, you're able to see it. And there's a lot more predominant, and when it's not in camera, in actual real life, you can see it a lot better. It's not showing up the greatest on camera, which is unfortunate. But in person, it looked great. The glow in the dark works pretty well. All right, guys. So now we're gonna go over to my Xbox, and I'm just gonna show you guys an example of this, how you can set it up, and how it actually works when you're using it on your Xbox. So to set everything up, what you're going to want to do is just set this off to the side and go ahead and take the USB that it comes with. And what I'm going to do is just put it in the Xbox USB port right here. There's some on the back. It seems to work better if it's on one on the side here. I think it's because it can interfere a little better with the actual device. So let's go ahead and just plug this in here. And then after you plug that in here, you're just going to want to plug this into the controller. So we'll go ahead and just plug it in here. And just like that, it is ready to go. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I just have a message block here to Major Nelson, his name's Larry Herb. He's a big Xbox guy. I just follow him on Xbox One here. I'm just going to type out a little message for Larry here. I'm not going to actually send it to him, but just to show you guys how it works. So everything I'm typing is going to be used on the chat pad here. You can see, I have the lights off, but you can see the chat pad is connected there. So I'm going to go ahead and just put hi, and then a space. My name is, let's see if we can capitalize the M here. So I'm going to hold down the shift and press the M. Oh, looks like I did it wrong there. There we go. I got a few missed buttons there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually able to go over with the directional pad, and I'm just going to delete those. And then we'll put Michael. And I spelled something wrong again there. So it does take a little bit getting used to, but you guys can see it works very well. And I spelled my name wrong again there. There we go. You guys can see it does take a little bit of getting used to it, but overall it works really well. And they also have symbols in here, so I can do the @ symbol, for example. We can do numbers, of course. We hold down the shift button. We can do other symbols. So I got percents there and some parentheses. And overall, it just works exactly how it's intended to. Other than that, guys, that pretty much does it for this video. A really cool chat pad here, or I guess they call it the Type Pad. You know, Microsoft calls it their chat pad if you want to get the Microsoft version. This one is quite nice. I do like this little directional pad here. It did seem to help out a lot, and the glow-in-the-dark feature is nice, as well as the backwards compatibility with all controllers there. But I feel like the USB is a big killer in this instance. I'm not sure if the Microsoft brand of this requires a USB, but to use up another USB port on mine, I just did not like that. Maybe for you guys it won't be a big deal, but that is just something I would like to see maybe in the next generation. If they could get rid of the USB port somehow, this would be absolutely awesome. But other than that, guys, it's your decision to make whether or not you think this would be something good for you. I will leave a link in the description below where you guys can check out more information about this and maybe purchase it. I'd like to thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.